So another UFC card, another fight night. We have UFC fight night Tuivasa Tybura. Maybe not the greatest, main event we've ever had in the UFC, but it should be an okay card. There's some good fights. There's some real sleeper fights on here. It's not the most stacked card, but there will be some entertainment. So anyway, let's start off with the first fight of the night, which is Chad Anhigla versus Charalapos Gregorio. Now, I'm going to be taking Gregorio here. I don't think he's going to knock out Anhigla. I'm just going to call him Chad. I don't think he's going to knock out Chad here. Chad's got a pretty good chin on him. And Gregorio's, his last win was a KO. But Cameron Smotherman is very, chinny, very hittable. So it was sort of expected that he would... Well, not expected, I think I might have picked Smotherman, but, he has been chinned before. So it wasn't, a massive surprise that Gregorio chinned him. Maybe leg kicks are going to be heavy here, but I just see Gregorio getting a decision here over a tough fighter in Chad. Chad's pretty tough, but he is older for a bantamweight. He's 37 years old. As a bantamweight, that's ancient. And yeah, he's coming off 2 losses. This could be it for him. So maybe he comes out, fights as tough as possible. But I think Gregorio's just got the momentum advantage, and I think he's going to just kick up Chad's legs. But I think Chad's going to be so strong, so tough. I think he'll survive, and Gregorio will probably win a pretty dominant, lopsided decision, I feel like. Now we have Corey McKenna versus Jacqueline Amorium. I'm going to go Corey McKenna. She's been looking really good lately. She beat Miranda Granger with a Von Flue choke, and she looked really good in that performance. She beat Cheyenne Velismus. Wow, she's actually been out for a fucking long time. What the fuck? I thought she fought recently. Never mind. I'm tripping. She hasn't fought for ages. That's weird. I really did think she had fought recently, but still, I think she should have won that Elise Reed fight if I'm remembering correctly, or it was very close at least. I'm going to go Corey McKenna. I'm flipping a coin here. I'm not good with women's MMA. Then moving up, we got Josh Kalibau versus Danny Silva. I literally, just before this, I started filming this video, I watched Danny Silva versus Angel Bacacchio, I think his name was, on Dana White Contender Series. Danny Silva is a really fun fighter. You will love this guy's fight style. He's aggressive, in the pocket especially. A lot of boxing in the pocket, very aggressive, like I say. But one thing is, he's very hittable. I think he is, he's Mexican maybe, or Silva's actually Portuguese. So I don't know what his nationality is, but he's a tough motherfucker. That's all I'll say. He's got a granite chin. He's got that Latino granite chin that a lot of these Latino fighters seem to have. But he gets cracked a lot. He gets hit a lot. He's got really bad defense. I don't think he can afford to have bad defense against the Josh Kalibau. Josh Kalibau hits really hard. For a featherweight especially. Featherweight's one of those divisions where you don't see many KOs. And obviously, if you look at Josh Kalibau's record, he doesn't really have any KOs in the UFC. But he rocks people a lot. He gets knockdowns. He is a big puncher. And brawling. When you're a brawler against Josh Kalibau, that's you're going into Josh Kalibau's fight. I think this is a really good matchup for Josh Kalibau. I think in the pocket he can hurt Danny Silva, and Silva's very tough. I don't think Kalibau's going to knock him out, but I think Kalibau's going to sort of win a decision here, just based off him knocking down Danny Silva a few times. But it should be a really fun fight. This fight is a sleeper fight. Josh Kalibau versus Danny Silva. It's just guaranteed entertainment in my opinion. Because you can't miss a Danny Silva fight. This guy just fucking fights like somebody's kidnapped his family, and there's a no takedown clause in there. There's it's like the Danny Silva's fighting for BKFC, and how they take your money away. They take your purse if you're not fighting. It's like that. It's like Danny Silva, his manager is the fucking BKFC guy, and he's like, nah, if you have a boring fight, I'm taking 40% of your pay, and he fights full fucking pelt to the force. He goes full fucking force in that fight. In his fights. But yeah, I'm going Josh Kalibau. I'm going to go by decision. The body attacks, though, by Danny Silva should be interesting, because Josh Kalibau did get hurt by Lerone Murphy, but that was does a really like weird kick, and I think it was like the toes touched the body, so it was like a really, he was not expecting it. It was a fucking unorthodox attack, if you will. But yeah, I'm going Kleber. Then Thiago Moises versus Mitch Ramirez, sorry. I'm going Thiago Moises. I think Thiago Moises has this one in the bag. I think this is a really good matchup for him. Mitch Ramirez didn't look too great on Dana White Contender Series. I get it was a different stylistic matchup. It was upper weight class as well. It was against Carlos Prates. But I don't think Ramirez is like that great. And maybe he proves me wrong here, but I think Thiago Moises is like probably the best guy he's fought. Maybe Carlos Prates turns out to be better than Moises, but I think Moises can have some success on the feet here. But obviously his bread and butter is the wrestling. Well, the jiu-jitsu, I should say. Like, I don't know. I see Thiago Moises eventually getting the back of Mitch Ramirez. I don't know why it's such a tongue twister for my Australian accent. But yeah, Mitch is tough. He's a tough guy, but I just see Moises eventually getting that back and subbing him. Then we have Odi Osbourne versus Javel Filho. I'm going Odi Osbourne. Fuck, man. I can't trust in the chin of Odi Osbourne sometimes. Like, it does get worrying. But I think Filho is a fight he can definitely win here. Filho didn't look good against Perez. I know he ended up winning, but he almost got finished like twice in that fight, like immediately into the fight. Against Makayev, I know he looked decent. He almost subbed him, but like besides that, he got sort of dominated, and then he got subbed. And that everybody does that to Makayev. Everybody has close rounds against Makayev. It's just his style at this point. I think Odi Osbourne can actually do really well in this fight. I'm not super confident on this. I am worried about this pick. But, I think we realize Azu Alamabayev is pretty good. He is a good flyweight. I don't think he's as good as the commentators were making out to be. Like, to be a problem for Pantoja at this point. But he is a very good fighter. And, Odi Osbourne beat CJ Vergara, which is a decent win. Beat Charles Johnson in a close back-and-forth fight. I feel like this is going to be a striking fight. And Odi Osbourne, in a pure striking fight, I think he should be Javel Filho. I don't think Filho's grappling, takedowns, offensive grappling or anything like that is that good. Obviously, he's got good submissions, but I don't think he's got the best, takedowns is what I'm trying to get at here. So I am going to take Odi Osbourne, and I think he might actually get him out of there with like a body attack, something body related, because we did see Filho get really badly hurt to the body in his last fight. So yeah, I'm going Odi Osbourne. Will I regret this? Fucking probably. But we'll see. Then we have Josiane Nunes versus Chelsea Chandler. I'm going Josiane Nunes here. Chelsea Chandler fucking ran away from Norma Dumont in the cage. And now she's fighting a big power puncher in Josiane Nunes. She might jump out of the cage. Honestly, she might fucking jump out of the cage when Nunes lands a bomb on her. I'm going Josiane Nunes by KO in this fight. Interesting. I think this is the first time we're going to see Nunes at 135. Let me just double check this. Because she, obviously she's been a woman's featherweight. Or I should just say featherweight. But, she's fought at bantamweight before she was in the UFC. She's fought at bantamweight in the UFC as well. So that's good to see. And she had power as well. She knocked out B. Malecki with an overhand left in the first round. So she's still got power. We still know, she's a good fighter. As a woman's bantamweight, she's still got that pop in her shots and everything like that. So yeah, I'm going Josiane Nunes against Chelsea Chandler, and I'm not normally very confident in women's fights, but I'm really confident in Josiane Nunes. I don't know, there's just something different about Nunes. Her power, she's got the Nunes name. Only loss is Talia Santos, which is, it's fucking Talia Santos, so it's not like a bad loss or anything. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in Nunes to get a KO here. Then we have Mike Davis versus Natan Levy. I'm going Mike Davis in this fight over Natan Levy. His boxing, good boxing. Natan Levy panic shoots a lot. I think he's not going to be able to get down Mike Davis. Mike Davis has pretty good takedown defense. I see Davis like landing shot after shot on Natan Levy. And let's not forget, Mike Breeden was boxing up Natan Levy. It was only that Mike Breeden doesn't have the best chin, so Natan Levy would drop and hurt him a few times. But outside of that, he was boxing up Natan Levy. Natan Levy doesn't have good striking defense. His striking defense isn't very good. He gets hit quite a lot. Even against who's the Mexican guy for? Sorry, I need to find his name. The name's on the tip of my tongue. Gerardo Valdez. Against Valdez, he was getting hit. He was getting hit with big shot after big shot. Rafa Garcia beat him up in their fight. He landed a lot of shots. Ben Lugo dropped Natan Levy twice in that fight. Almost had him out of there, really badly. I think Mike Davis is going to get him out of there as well. I think he's going to box up Natan Levy, and I think he's going to put on a hellacious beating on Natan Levy. Natan Levy's going to panic shoot a lot, but he's not going to get these takedowns. He's weak to the body as well. I feel like he's got a small body, so I think Mike Davis can mix up body shots to Natan Levy, beat up his body. We've seen Natan Levy gas a little bit as well, and honestly, I could see this being like Thomas Gifford type level beating. Mike Davis put a real hellacious beating on Thomas Gifford, if you've ever seen that fight. One of the worst beatings in UFC history. I could see Mike Davis putting on another type performance in this fight against Natan Levy. So I'm going Mike Davis. I'm going to go second or third round TKO. If I have to pick a specific round, I'm going to go third round TKO for Mike Davis. And I think, the body shots is going to set that up. Then we have Gerald Meerschaert versus Brian Barberena. I don't know why Barberena is staying at middleweight. Respectfully, at middleweight, it looks like a bag of milk. I'm going GM3 here. He's more trustworthy as a middleweight. He's in better shape. He's a big middleweight as well. This guy's fought at light heavyweight before. I mean, so is Brian Barberena somehow. But still, Gerald Meerschaert, I think his kicks to the body are going to be big in this fight against Barberena. I think he's going to boot up the body of Barberena. And I actually think we're going to see Barberena panic shoot from body shots. And I think GM3 is just going to lock up a submission. I have this vision in my mind. And when I have these visions, I have to just, let him out. Honestly, Gerald Meerschaert can offensively wrestle in this fight as well. Barberena's takedown defense isn't the greatest. Especially at middleweight, when he's fighting bigger guys, stronger guys. I don't think his takedown defense is going to be any better here either. I see Gerald Meerschaert, like I say, body attack. Barberena panic shoots, gets caught in like a guillotine or something like that. And yeah, GM3. But it is Gerald Meerschaert, so probably what's going to happen is Gerald Meerschaert is going to be getting beat up in the first 2 rounds somehow. Barberena is going to be putting on a pace. Barberena's going to gas in the third and then probably get subbed, probably, just knowing how GM3 rolls, GM3 always just gets these comeback finishes. So somehow he's going to be losing until he's not. Then we have Pani Kianzad versus Macy Chiasson. I think I'm going to go Macy Chiasson here. She hasn't fought, neither of these girls have fought very recently. Oh, I guess Kianzad's fought decently recently, but I'm going to take Macy Chiasson just because I know Chiasson is like a pretty good fighter. And she's beat Kianzad as well before, so this is a rematch. Yeah, I'm going to take Macy Chiasson. I think she can win this fight. She's big as well. I think she's got a big reach advantage. She finished Kianzad last time as well with a submission. I'm going to go decision though this time by Macy Chiasson. Then we have Christian Rodriguez versus Isaac Dolgarian. I'm going Dolgarian here. I know Christian Rodriguez keeps beating all these bantamweight prospects, but the thing is, this man's not a bantamweight anymore. He's finally moving up to his rightful division. He's missed weight that many times at bantamweight. We're finally going to see this man, fighting, people his own size, and I don't think his style is going to work as well. We've seen he lost to Jonathan Pierce. That was his only loss, and I think we're going to see Isaac Dolgarian sort of smash him in this fight. I think he's going to take down Christian Rodriguez. I think he's going to beat him up. I think he's going to maybe sub him in the second round. Isaac Dolgarian, he's a monster, man. He fights fucking good. It is a bit worrying because we haven't seen him in like a back and forth slugfest before. Like, we haven't seen him in a back and forth fight. He's normally always the hammer. But he looked really good against the Fire Marshal, Francis Marshall, in his last fight. So I'm going to take Dolgarian. Then we have Kennedy Nchikwi versus Ovin St. Preux. I think this is a pretty easy fight to predict. I'm going Kennedy Nchikwi, first round KO. Ovin St. Preux is very washed. He's 40 years old. He's coming off a 49-second KO to Felipe Lins. He looked horrible against Shogun Rua. Got KO'd by Tanner Bosa before that. Got KO'd by Jamal Hill before that. He somehow beat Alonzo Menifield though, so that's something to keep your eye on, because Menifield's on a fucking amazing run right now. But I think Kennedy Nchikwi knocks him out. You know, Ovin St. Preux is looking very chinny nowadays. He's been KO'd so many times as well in his career, 5 times, and especially recently, like against Felipe Lins, that was just like a fucking butchering. So yeah, I think Kennedy Nchikwi is just going to beat on Ovin St. Preux and knock him out of there pretty early. Then we got Brian Battle, whose nickname needs to become the Boss Battle, because I'm fucking sick of these shitty nicknames he gives himself. The Butcher, and then it was Pooh Bear or Bear or fucking, yeah, I think it was Pooh Bear. Like, you make your nickname Boss. Brian Boss Battle, it's fucking right there. But I'm going with Ange Lucia in this fight. Now, Ange Lucia's got an amazing chin. Now, I know we've seen him almost get knocked out by Fletcher and McKee, like late in the fight or when he's fighting at altitude. But his chin always seems to remain. And I think he can actually wrestle Brian Battle here. I think he can take down Brian Battle with, like, relative ease. Now, Brian Battle's got really good jiu-jitsu off his back. But Ange Lucia's just so fucking strong. He's so physical. He's athletic. And his straight shots as well could do really well. Now, obviously, Battle's going to have a good reach advantage here. And I think Ange Lucia can go in the pocket and brawl like Gabe Green did. But I think Ange Lucia, you know, straight shots. We've seen Brian Battle can get hurt. Did get hurt by, you know, Renat Fakredinov. He got hurt by Gilbert Urbina. You know, we've seen him get hurt in fights before. We know he's not like the most granite chin guy. So Ange Lucia can hurt him, in my opinion. I think Ange Lucia can hurt him. I think his kicks can have a lot of success here. And I think he can really just take down Brian Battle and beat on him on the ground quite a lot. Now, our third round, you know, that's something to keep your eye on, because we have seen Ange Lucia gas a few times. But that's after putting on a hellacious pace. This guy's got really good cardio, but he fights at a really high pace. So maybe if he paces himself a bit more, he could just win this fight with not ease, but I reckon he can get a pretty dominant decision here over Brian Battle. But Brian Battle's good, man. He is really good. But, you know, he's more of a finisher, I feel like. Yeah, he can win decisions, but most of the time he's going to win, it's going to be like a finish. And Ange Lucia seems like damn near fucking unfinishable at times. So I'm going Ange Lucia. Then we have Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura. Now, I'm not hearing good things about Tai Tuivasa lately. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing not very good things. I'm seeing this guy out fucking having shoeies at WWE events. You know, I don't see any footage of this guy ever training. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't. Obviously, maybe he's keeping that stuff a secret. But I don't know how serious Tai Tuivasa takes his UFC career now. You know, he's a heavyweight, so I guess he can be a bit lenient. But I do worry about how serious he is taking his career. You know, I'm always hearing he's out partying and always seeing him out at clubs and stuff like that. You know, that's his life. I'm not saying he can't go and have fun and everything like that. But while you're in fight camp, you know, maybe dial it back a bit. But, you know, that's his life. I'm not telling him how to live his life or anything like that. But, you know, I do worry about the motivation for Tai Tuivasa at times. Like, how motivated is this guy really? Is he really working in the gym? You know, is he working on his takedown defense? Is he working on stuff that's flawed in his game? Like, I just don't know. Marcin Tybura is definitely in the gym training. You know, there's plenty of pictures of him out there training. You go look at his stories. He's training in here. He's training there. But at the end of the day, Marcin Tybura doesn't have the greatest chin. We've seen him get chinned quite a lot. He got chinned by Tom Aspinall, and I think he was coming off a win against Blagoy Ivanov before that. I'm just going to double check that. Okay, yeah, he beat Blagoy, then he beat Romanov. But, you know, Volkov beat him. He got chinned by Sakai, he got chinned by Shamil, he got chinned by Derek Lewis. He got doctor stoppage loss. Like, these are all out cold KOs as well. I know Tai Tuivasa can be taken down. If he does get taken down early in this fight, it is probably fucking... That round is just banked for Tybura. If he can get Tuivasa down for a round, that's a guaranteed round for Tybura. I don't think Tuivasa gets back up. But I'm just going to rely on Tai Tuivasa knocking out Tybura early here. You know, Tybura's coming off a KO loss as well. That was a brutal KO. I know Tom Aspinall's a lot faster than Tai, but, you know, Tai Tuivasa has some fucking crazy power. And, I mean, Tom Aspinall, he didn't just KO Marcin Tybura. He, like, fucking hammer-fisted him out cold, like, 4 times. That is going to affect your chin. Tybura is also 38 years old. He's much older than Tuivasa. There's an 8-year difference. I know at heavyweight it doesn't matter as much. But you gotta think getting KO'd at 38, you know, the chin isn't going to recover like it would earlier in his career. You know, he'd been chinned a lot of times. I think Tai Tuivasa knocks out Marcin Tybura. And I'm probably going to go first round here. But, you know, it's not a guaranteed. This ain't a lock prediction. I'm really not that super confident in Tai Tuivasa here. You know, I worry about his career, man. I really worry about him sometimes. But this is a fight he should win against Marcin Tybura. I just think on the feet, in the striking, I feel like Tybura is going to be a bit lost. Like, his striking's not really good. It's not really powerful. I don't think he can really do anything effective to Tai Tuivasa. So yeah, I'm going to take Tai Tuivasa here to knock out Marcin Tybura, but I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe Tybura gets him down and maybe he finishes him to ground and pound, sort of like he did Greg Hardy, but I have my doubts. We did also see Tai Tuivasa does have some get-ups against Derek Lewis. Obviously, Derek Lewis a bit different to Tybura, but Derek Lewis more explosive athlete, I'd say. Tybura is not very athletic. He's a good wrestler, but he's not like an athletic heavyweight. Neither is Tai Tuivasa, but Tuivasa's got some good techniques, good leg kicks. I think he can chop the leg, but it might be a bit risky. And then as soon as he gets Tybura against the fence, I can see him getting KO there. But like I say, we'll see what happens here. But thank you guys so much for watching my low production value video. If you made it the whole way through my low production value video, I appreciate it so much. Make sure you subscribe if you ain't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you did I already say make sure you subscribe? I think I have dementia. But yeah, make sure you like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.